YouTube, welcome to Outdoor Conquest. My name's Nehemiah, and today we are going to be testing my custom tackle box that I made myself. Will it catch fish? Let's find out. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. Let's get into it.
I heard from the grapevine you like fishing. Hook sets, jig bites, drag lines peeling. Up before the sun to be first out to get 'em. Even if I don't catch one, I've been outdoors fishing. Outdoor Conquest, let me put you on some really big fish. Outdoor Conquest, ocean, river, pond, or creek, fishing's where I wanna be.
Real quick summary of what I have is I have a tracer shad, 5-inch tracer shad, some shrimp, some bone white tracer shad, and then I have my 2.8-inch rip wraps in pink with gold flake, bone white chartreuse. Then I have some smaller tracer shad. I believe this is the 3-inch variant with the jig head. All my jig heads I make myself. And then I have my almost 4-inch paddle tails as well. And this is a brown with a copper flake as well. So this is what I got. Let's see if it works. The way I make my jigs is pour hot lead into the mold, and then I epoxy the UV epoxy the eyes on so they stay on for every cast and stuff like that. So let's get into it. All right, so we're here at Sisters Creek. The specific boat ramp is called Jim King's boat ramp, and I am in my kayak today, my 10-foot Lifetime kayak, which is a great kayak. I've had it for 2 years now, no issues, and until I can get something better, we're gonna roll with that. We're gonna paddle as well too. I never had a problem with paddling. My buddy allowed me to use his pedal drive, and that was great, but have to give it back, so we're gonna make it work. So right now it is really windy. So the temperature I believe was like 48 degrees, and that's air temperature. I don't know the temperature of the water, but it was very windy. So pretty much every cast I had to pretty much reposition. But right now I'm using that pink paddle tail, that pink 2.8-inch paddle tail, and I have a 1/4-ounce jig head with a 1/0 hook. So I'm jigging it very slowly because I just assume, since the water is very cold, that the fish are going to be lethargic. But I'm just hugging that bank, doing it at multiple speeds, so that way if the fish, prefer a more reactive bait or a more lax bait, we can kind of cover all our bases there. But as you can see, the water is pushing me, and the wind is also a little bit of a handful. That's why I'm doing a voiceover right now. But other than that, my setup is 2 medium rods. One is 7 foot and the other one is 7.5 feet. And both I made myself. And other than that, I just worked my way down the bank. I have a map of the way I was going towards the end. But like I said, I'm just working the bank and then working those points, and then we'll continue to work my way down until we find some fish. There were a couple times that I had a couple nibbles, I feel like, but that could have been the oyster bed or it getting hung up on some vegetation. But there were a couple times where I felt little nibbles. You know that feeling when it's nibbles versus hitting the oyster bed, and that's what I was feeling. I think currently, yeah, I'm still using that bait also. And here's where I get a bite as well. So yeah, I finally pulled up to kind of a more of a cove almost that kind of stops, and this red was sitting there waiting for me. I was just doing a slow retrieve, nothing special, and I get a little flustered and excited and was fumbling to reach my net, but I was excited I finally caught one. And especially with these new baits, you know, I always test my stuff before I sell them, so this gives me confidence that what I'm putting out is a good product. So here it is, a little rat red. I didn't measure them, but it's always fun catching redfish. And that is on the 2.8 paddle tail with a 1/0 hook on a 1/4 ounce jig head. But it was a fun little fight, and that was the only red that I caught today. I tried to catch some flounders, some trout, or even another red, but it wasn't happening. But you know, one fish is better than no fish. So the fish was healthy, and it took me only a second or two to get the hook out. And then, other than that, it was a good day. And then I believe I show it one more time before I actually get it out. I guess a few seconds is a little bit of an understatement. There we go. There we go. Nice red.
Nice red.
Little picture, and then threw them back. All right, there we go. Here's Jim King or Sisters Creek. I was working that bank, and I recommend this spot to anybody. All right, just got back, caught that little rat red. It was a good day, and I appreciate y'all watching. Remember, God is good. See y'all next time. Peace.